This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information. Oh, nothing better than some Tuesday night game night shenanigans on this October 15th, 2024. We are back, folks, on C2C Game Night, bringing you 4, yes, you heard it right, 4 games at random here on a Tuesday evening alongside our panel, Crispy Bacon, Chris Mabry, our good man, Tim Sarge Fiddler, and James Gonzalez, yours truly, Callan McClurg, back with you folks here in San Diego. Mr. Crispy Bacon, good to see you, man. How's it going tonight?
Doing good. Glad to be back. Have some fun. Just casual games, so should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. Sarge, good to see you, my man. I know we saw you fairly recently on a couple of programs, but how's it going, man? Good to see you as always.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm awake.
He's awake at about 9:30 in the evening up in the Pac Northwest. And, of course, our good man, big game James Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, good to see you again, buddy. How's it going tonight?
Games and James rhymes. Is this bro code? No.
No.
All right.
They will be back very shortly. I can promise you that. I know that Mondays are just kind of difficult for a lot of the guys right now. But again, folks, you heard me say, though, that we've added a 4th game to our game night entree of games here. Now, again, folks, every Tuesday, again, we've been kind of off, though, again, just because we've had some stuff popping up, though. We have, though, folks, added Trivial Pursuit now to the repertoire of games, along with the Immaculate Grid, the match game, and Family Feuds, Fast Money. Our spinner is actually in progress right now to give us what game. But again, but once more, again, folks, we come here again every Tuesday about 9 o'clock, 9:30. Just kind of hang out, have some fun, tell some stories, but also play one of 4 games at totally at random, based off this random spinner, which is just about done. And I think James agrees with me when it's the whole thing about you come into a sporting event and the ball finds you. That's literally Trivial Pursuit tonight on this Tuesday. So, folks, we're going to be playing our brand new game of Trivial Pursuit on this Tuesday evening here tonight. And this one kind of was, just came out of, I kind of was thinking of other games we could add into the mix. And this game kind of came up, though, because, believe it or not, I played this game during chemistry class. My chemistry teacher loved playing this game as like a way to kind of reward us for, sitting through lectures and stuff. So he would pull out a card and we would play the game. So with that in mind, now that we have ourselves our game for the evening, here is a quick rundown of the rules of how we will play Trivial Pursuit. This is a game of trivial knowledge where players will answer questions correctly in 6 different categories and accumulate the most points they can. Those categories can range from arts and entertainment to geography to history, science and nature, sports and leisure, and pop culture. Points are on a 100-point scale between 100 to 500 points. So basically, we'll call out or we will have anyone who wants to, when they get the question, they will be able to say 100, 200 points and go from there. Players can pass, and if need be, we'll have one sudden death question to round out the evening of Trivial Pursuit. So literally the ball finds the new game in here today. With that in mind, Mr. Bacon, I'll give you the choice to go first. Your categories are geography, science and nature, history, arts and literature, music, or sports and leisure. Where would you like to start first?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. And we will go to our first question in pop culture as soon as it pops up here real quick at this rate. Let's see what we actually have here today. Chris, let me actually take that back from you. We actually do not,
Okay.
we have music and sports and leisure for this round today.
Sports and leisure.
Sports and leisure. All right. How much are you willing to take for? You want the 100-point question or 200, 300, 400, 500? What would you like?
100.
All right, Chris. Sports and leisure for a hundo. Chris, in which sport is the term ace used in?
Tennis.
Tennis is a correct answer for 100 points to start the evening. All right, Sarge, what about you, buddy?
So what are the categories again?
The categories are sports and leisure. We have music. We have arts and literature. We have history, science and nature, or geography.
Let's go history 100.
All right, Sarge. History for 100. I think anyone can get this question right. Sarge, who was the first U.S. president?
That will be George Washington.
George Washington. Mount Vernon himself is correct for 100 points. All right, big game James, where would you like to start?
Music for 300, Alex.
Okay,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Okay, he's going for music for 300. All right, James, for 300 points. What is the name of the musical note that represents silence?
I kill you. Sorry.
The musical note that represents silence. A flat.
A flat is incorrect. Does anybody want to steal for 300 points?
I am gonna try it.
Sarge, what would it be? Or what do you think it is?
It's not the clef. It's a dash.
Is it a dash? It's not a dash. Chris, would you like to try to steal?
B flat.
B flat?
Mhm.
Correct answer was from Tim Hendricks. It was a rest, is what they call the musical note that represents silence, is the rest.
Ah, that's right.
It's been a while since I took music class.
Honestly, I
Mhm.
think the last time I took music, I was in 4th grade, I think. That was the last time I took music.
It's been a while.
Sadly, at this rate. With that in mind, we'll go back to Chris. Where would you like to go next, my friend?
Music for 100.
All right, Chris, going to go music for 100. All right, Chris. For 100 points, what is the most common time signature in popular music? Most common time signature used in popular music.
Oh. Dang, I had it and I lost it. Metronome.
The metronome. Is it the metronome for 100? It is not the metronome. James, would you like to try to steal? Say again, please, James.
Chorus.
The chorus. No. Sarge, this comes to you to steal.
Thunderdome.
Is it the Thunderdome?
Well,
I wish it was the Thunderdome, but no. Mr. Hendricks had it right again. It's the 4x4.
Okay.
But again, none of us have taken music in quite a long time. James, we'll go back to you.
sports and leisure for 200.
All right, James, for 200 points. How many holes are on a standard golf course?
18.
18 is correct to get James on the board and to grab the lead at 200 points to 100 and to 100. We'll go back to the top of the order. Mr. Bacon, back to you.
Sports and leisure for 300.
Sports and leisure for 300. Crispy Bacon. Who, according to many, is the greatest basketball player of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is correct for 300 points for Mr. Bacon, who now goes in front. And yes, this scoreboard that we're using only goes by tens, so you'll have to spare me a moment here to get our scores actually correct here. If I make a mistake on the score, please let me know if I do, in fact, do so. Mr. Sarge, where would you like to go next?
Oh, let's go history for 500.
All right, history for a 500. All right, Sarge, who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Our founding fathers.
Who are they?
They're looking for one specific author of the DOI.
Got two names going. I'm going to say Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson is correct for the 500-point bomb, going deep downfield, and Sarge grabs the lead with a 500-point bonus there, or a correct answer, to grab the lead at 600 points. We will again head back to the top of our order and head back to Mr. Bacon. Chris, where would you like to go next?
Let's go science for 100.
Science and nature for 100. All right, Chris. On the periodic table of elements, what is the chemical symbol for gold?
Oh
I don't know. G? I don't know.
Is it G? I mean, that would be a good guess, but that is not the correct answer. James, you can steal for 100 points. What is on the periodic table of elements the chemical symbol for gold?
LG.
LG. It is not LG. Sarge, you can steal and grab a bit of a lead here. Chemical symbol for gold.
Oh. IP.
Is it IP for another 100 points? No, the correct answer was actually AU. AU.
How do you get that? I don't understand.
Tim was close. He said AG, but it's actually AU for the symbol for gold. Big
Why
game,
is it
James. We'll go back to you.
Sports and leisure for 500.
Sports and leisure for 500 and for the lead. James, can you please name the 7 sporting events that make up the modern-day Olympic Games from Rome?
Oh my God.
We're looking for 7 sporting events that make up the modern-day Olympic Games. It can be any 7 sports, but actually there's 7 correct answers they gave.
Shot put.
Track and field is 1.
Track and field.
Believe it or not, this question was kind of weirdly phrased, I should say, but James, you have one of them right.
High jump.
Okay, track and field's already won, so
that's
track
all.
and field top of the
Okay.
board.
Shot put.
Track and field, you're good.
That's
That's all. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that's
So it's
part
all
of it.
grouped together, so you still have one correct.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Boxing. Oh my God. What am I thinking? Oh my God. I should have watched more.
So James said boxing. That actually was not even listed on here. So if anyone wants to try to steal, if not, I can just read off the answer of what they gave. Athletics, which is track and field, swimming, gymnastics, fencing, rowing, shooting, and cycling.
Oh, not breakdancing? Come on.
After the debacle we saw in Paris, I'm glad they said no to breakdancing. Tim, we'll go back to you.
Let's do. Shoot. Where are these? So we got sports and leisure, history, science, and what else?
We have sports and leisure, music, arts and literature, history, science and nature, or geography.
Let's go literature for 100.
Literature for 100. All right, Tim. Who was the author of the famed Harry Potter book series?
Oh, R.K. Rowling.
I'll give it to you. J.K. Rowling was the correct answer, but I will
JK.
give it to you because you at least had the last name right. So Sarge is up to 700 points. Back to the top of the order, Mr. Bacon. Where'd you like to go next?
Sports and leisure for 300.
Sports and leisure for 300. We already guessed that, Chris. You got that question correct. Would you like to go for 200 or would you like to go for the only one that's left is 400 points?
We'll go 200.
We already did 200, so the last one would be 400.
Okay, 400.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
Chris, for 400 points in sports and leisure. What is the name of the annual horse race held every May at Churchill Downs?
Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby is correct for 400 points. Chris is back in the lead, up to 900 on the evening. Big game, James. We'll give the floor back to you for your next category.
What's the highest available?
So sports and leisure is done. We have music, we have arts and literature, we have history, science and
History.
nature. Nobody has nibbled at geography yet.
Oh no, let me get geography 500.
All right, James.
Oh!
Geography for 500. James, please name the 7 continents of the world.
Okay, Asia,
Asia's
North
1.
America, Europe, Antarctica, Africa. How many do I have?
I've counted 5.
Okay. Why am I blanking? Come on. South America?
South America. One more.
That's 6? Okay.
That's 6.
Did I say Asia already? Yeah. Australia?
Australia. That is correct. 500 points. You got them all right. So with that in mind, Chris still has the lead, but with that 500 points, James all of a sudden has tied Sarge. So we are at 900 for Mr. Bacon and 700 for Sarge and for James. But Tim can now retake the lead here with this next question. From which category, Tim? Where would you like to go?
Oh, let's go. Literature for 500.
Literature for 500 to answer back. All right, Tim. Name the 3 primary colors of the color palette.
Bro, they can't taste anything.
Just gotta name 3. Just gotta name the 3 primary colors.
Red, yellow, green.
Red and yellow is correct, but green was not right. Chris, you can steal if you get the last one right.
Blue.
Blue to steal the points. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tim, that was so close, my friend. That was so close. With that in mind, Chris now with the lead and now can firmly take more control here with this next question. But Chris, where'd you like to go next?
Geography for 200.
Geography for 200. All right, Chris. Which country is the home to the largest desert in the world?
Oh my God.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yes. Which country is home to the largest desert in the world?
India.
India. That is incorrect. James, you can steal. You're on mute, buddy.
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. The Sahara Desert residing in
I
Egypt.
was thinking of the Sahara Desert, and then I don't know why I thought of India.
Fuck
But I
like
was
an
thinking Sahara
Egyptian.
Desert.
Oh, man. I did short Chris 100 points on that
Well,
last
that's
500 point. So we all flunked math on this on the panel tonight.
There you go.
All right, James. The next question now comes to you.
Geography for 400, Alex.
Geography for 400. All right, James. Which mountain range is the highest in the world by elevation?
Oh my God, what is it called? The Alps.
Is it the Alps? It is not the Alps.
Nope.
Sarge to steal 400 points and to get right back in this ball game. Tim, give me the highest mountain range in the world by total elevation.
What do you mean total elevation? Do you mean it's like all lined up?
Yeah, just highest in the world.
Oh, the Mount Everest range that does not exist.
Are you saying Mount Everest in general?
Yeah, I forget the range.
All right, Chris, you can steal if you know which mountain range is the highest in the world.
I do not. I don't know.
At Sarge, you were right. You're in the ballpark with Mount Everest. It was the Himalayas,
That's what I was thinking of.
highest mountain range in the world.
I was thinking of salt. I was like, what is that salt?
All right, Sarge, I believe the next question comes to you.
Oh, let's do literature for 400.
Literature for 400. All right. Okay, Tim, and Mr. Hendricks as well. Sarge, who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in Rome, Italy?
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo for 400 points. By the way, has anyone here been there, by the way?
No.
Ever been to it in person?
Have not.
I really really hope that you get a chance to go to it. I got to go to it. Believe me, it may be like an hour's long wait. It's worth it though. Chris, we'll go back to you.
Literature for 100.
Sarge already did literature for 100. We have just the 200-point and 300-point question left.
Literature for 200.
Literature for 200, Chris. All right. What is the name of the famous statue in New York City?
Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty that is hovering somewhere in the Hudson River is correct for 200 points.
I was
Big
trying
game,
to...
James. Oh, was that
I
Chris?
was like, is that a trick question? I don't know.
It kind of felt like it was a trick question. All right, James, we have one question left in arts and literature. We have almost the entire history one left. We also have parts of science and nature there. And we also have one more geography question left. And I think we have a few more music ones left too.
What's the highest for geography and history?
All we have left for geography is the 300-point question.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. For 300 points, James, what is the capital city of Australia?
Ooh.
Oh, no. I'm going to say Sydney, but I'm not sure. I'm going to say Sydney, though.
It's Sydney.
Oh, okay.
No, it is not Sydney. Been there, done that. Sarge, do you perhaps know to steal?
Is it Melbourne?
Is it Melbourne?
It
is not Melbourne. Chris, you can steal and take commanding lead again once more if you know the capital city of Australia.
I don't know.
The correct answer was from Tim Hendricks. It was Canberra, which is the capital city of Australia. I would have guessed Sydney too, but it's not, believe it or not.
I would have gotten that. As much as I've
never heard of that city.
Same, really.
Yeah, if it's not Melbourne or Sydney. If it's not Melbourne or Sydney, I don't know who else it would be. But yes, Mr. Hendricks had it right. It was Canberra. That was correct. All right, Sarge, I think it comes back to you. We have one geography question left, and we still have plenty left, too, in science and nature and also history and parts of arts and literature and music.
The highest on history. Is it 400? Yeah.
Highest on history would be 400 points. Yes. Okay. So is that your answer or your question?
Yep.
Okay. So, Sarge, 400 points. Can you please tell me which historical event led to the fall of the Berlin Wall?
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's when the Soviets left, pretty much. And Ronald Reagan was over there and said, Mr. President, tear down this wall. Arrgh.
Well, they gave me a name of it, and it has two names to it. So we're looking for that historical event that led to the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball.
That would have been hysterical, but sadly, the answer is not right. Chris, if you can somehow pull this question out, it's 400 points. If you can tell me what historical event led to the fall of the Berlin Wall.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the German War. I don't know.
German War.
It just came to me.
James, you can somehow steal and get right back in this game if you can tell me the event.
It's 2 words?
It's 2 words.
Cold War?
Is it the Cold War? It's not the Cold War. Sarge, I think, probably knows it, but it was the events of Perestroika and Glasnost that led to the fall of the Berlin Wall.
That just came to me right at the end. I was like, ah!
Okay. With that in mind, Chris, we have 2 questions left in history in case you're curious, but the question comes back to you with the lead.
Thanks.
What's the highest in history?
Your highest right now is 300 points.
Okay, I'll go with that one.
All right, history for 300. Chris, tell me the artiste who painted the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. I don't know.
Oh, James, it comes to you to steal and to get right back in the game.
Vincent van Gogh.
Vincent van Gogh. No, it was not Vincent van Gogh who painted the Mona Lisa. Sarge to steal and to get right back in the game.
It was Tom Hanks. No, that's not my answer. Da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci is correct for 300 points. Oh, my goodness gracious. I think James will be having cold sweats and nightmares after tonight about that question, sadly.
I forgot all this.
Sarge is right back in this game at 1,500. James is still keeping it close. Crispy Bacon still has the lead, though, at 1,600 points right now. And everybody got it all correct. Joanne got it right. Actually, Tim had the best answer for Da Vinci. A Ninja Turtle.
There you go, Leonardo. Yeah,
But-
I get it.
That is a great answer. All right, James, we can finish off history if you'd like for 200 points.
Do it.
James, in what year did World War II finally end?
1945.
1945 is correct, and James is back on the board, and everybody is now in the 1,000-point total here. So with that in mind, Chris with 1,600, Sarge at 1,500, and Big Game James at 1,100. Sarge, will go back to you.
Yeah, what's the next highest one?
Let's see what we have here. We still have, I believe, basically all of music is still left.
Ooh,
Sports is already done for this round.
Let's do.
And we still have science and nature, and one question left in geography.
Science and nature, because I'm doing well with that one.
Your highest one would be for 500 points, I believe. I think we've only done one question there so far.
Let's do it.
All right, Sarge, 500 from science and nature. Sarge, please name the 4 fundamental forces of nature.
What? Earth, wind, fire, and heart. Go planet.
Great answer, but no. Chris, do you happen to know maybe the 4 fundamental forces of nature?
Earth, wind, fire, and water.
We aren't looking for any of that. Where it's 4 different fundamental forces. James, do you perhaps maybe know what we're getting ourselves into?
I know a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire songs, but I don't know.
Trust
I
the four.
don't know that.
Yeah, this question was kind of weirdly written out. They wanted gravitational, electromagnetic, strong nuclear, and weak nuclear for the 4 fundamental forces of nature.
Yeah.
I never would have guessed that either.
I didn't know I was back in school.
Exactly. Chris, we'll come back to you, my man, for the next question.
What category? Let's go music for 200.
All right, 200 points for music. Chris, can you please name me the lead singer of the band Queen?
Oh gosh, Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury is correct for 200 points for Mr. Bacon, who regains a bit of a slight advantage over Sarge and James here. All right, James, back to you.
The highest for music.
That would be for 500 points, and that would put you in second place, James.
Do it.
All right, James, 500 points in music. Please name the 4 major chords in Western music. 4 major chords in Western music.
Oh my God, what? Pass.
Sarge, this one now comes to you to take the lead.
4 major chords. Are they talking about like guitar chords?
Yeah, 4 major chords in Western music.
Well, I'm gonna. Is it 1-5.
No. So, Chris, this will now come to you. If you can name the 4 major chords in Western music to really, I think, put this game out of reach.
I have no clue. I'm gonna have to pass.
All right. The 4 major chords they were looking for, guys, was major, minor, augmented, and diminished.
Oh my goodness.
Major, minor, augmented, diminished.
I could have gotten 2 of those.
You would have at least got, I think you would have gotten at least 2, that's for sure. All right. Sarge, we'll go back to you.
Let's go. More science.
Weird science.
I got to watch more Bill Nye.
All right. Tim, the highest we can go here, we still have the 200-point question, 300-point question, and 400-point question.
Go 300.
Science and nature for 300. Sarge, what is the largest organ in the human body?
Oh, the skin.
Is it the skin? Hell of a guess. I would have said it, but that's not correct, actually. Mr. Bacon, can you give us the largest organ in the human body?
Your tongue?
Is it the tongue? It's not the tongue. James, 300 points would get you within 100 of Sarge. Can you give me the largest organ in the human body?
Brain.
Is it the brain? This answer might shock you, actually. The largest organ in your body is the liver.
Well, mine's shot.
That's right. Because he can, yeah.
All right. Who is James? Is this yours? Your question? Or? All right, James. We'll go back to you.
The highest for arts.
Arts and literature. All that is left, James, is our $300 question. I mean, it could be dollars. But with that, James, for 300, which musical instrument is best known as the king of instruments?
Piano.
The piano. It's not the piano. Sarge, this would tie the game if you can get it correct here.
What's the question?
Which musical instrument has been known as the king of instruments?
The saxophone.
Is it the saxophone? It's not the saxophone. Chris, you can steal again. Which musical instrument has been known as the king of instruments? Just so you know, Chris, you're on mute, buddy.
Can't get. There you go. Guitar.
The guitar.
Yeah.
It is not the guitar, guys. The answer was, believe it or not, the organ.
Yeah, we went
Like
from
church,
one
like
organ
church
to the
organ,
next.
as was been called the king of
That makes
instruments.
sense. Okay.
Never would have guessed that. Whose question do we have now? Who's up?
Tim's.
Yeah.
All right, Sarge, back over to you, buddy.
Do we have any more science and nature?
I believe we do. Let's see what we have. All we have left, my friend, is the 200 or 400-point question.
Give me the 400.
400 points for Sarge for science and nature. Tim, what is the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy?
Oh. Is it photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis is correct. And Sarge, I believe, has taken a lead, by 100 points over Crispy Bacon here at this rate. But, Chris, you can answer right back and either tie or take the lead with your next question.
What categories are still up?
So history and arts and literature are all out, as is sports.
So all that's left is science.
So we have one question left in science and nature, one question left in geography, and we still have one question left in music, and sports is all but gone for the day.
I'll go with geography or whatever's left.
All right, geography. All that is left, Chris, is our 100-point question. This is for the
That's
tie.
fine. Okay.
Chris, what is the largest country in the world by land area?
United States?
Is it the U.S. for the tie? It is not the good old U.S. of A. James, you can get back in the game here for the time being with this question. What is the largest country in the world by land area?
Russia.
Russia is a correct answer for James and 100 points, which puts James up at 1,200 points now. This question now will go to Big Game James. So James,
I'm sorry. What?
James, all we have left now is I'm trying to get rid of all the categories we've already have asked so far. So we are done with geography. We have one question left in science and nature. We are done with history, and we still have one question left in music.
All right, music one.
All right, James, this is for 400 points and can get you right back in this game. James, which famous composer wrote the song Moonlight Sonata?
Oh my God. I can see the cover of it too. Moonlight Sun. Copeland.
That is incorrect. Sarge, you can steal.
I want to say Frank Sinatra.
Is it Frank Sinatra? That would be wrong. Mr. Bacon, you can swipe this to take the lead again for 400 points. Which famous composer wrote the song Moonlight Sonata?
I have no clue, but Frank Sinatra would have been my answer.
Sinatra would have been a good guess, but the actual composer who wrote it first, Ludwig van Beethoven.
Oh,
Beethoven.
see, I was like, Beethoven was way too early for using those words.
And yes, and then it's people like Sinatra who make it famous, but then it's like, well, wait a minute, you need to give Beethoven his actual credit and dues here. It's like, why should we do that? You know what I mean?
You're like, nope.
Did really sing it?
What was that?
Did Frank Sinatra really sing it?
Why do I feel like he did for some reason?
It just sound like a Frank Sinatra thing. That's where I was.
It does.
That's
All
what
right, I
thought.
believe, guys, we're down to our final question for this round of gameplay. I think we have enough time to get through one more game, perhaps, here in a minute. With that in mind, I'm just kind of double checking the iPad to see where we're at with questions. I think we have one left for this round, and we do, in fact, do. With that in mind, whose question does this become
Chris.
now? Chris, this question will go to you.
Okay.
1 second here, because the iPad sadly just crapped out on me here, so I got to pull it up on the phone real quick. With that in mind, Chris, the last question for this round goes to science and nature. Chris, this is for 200 points. This would give you the win if you can get it right. Chris, who is considered the father of modern physics?
Oh my God.
Chris, this would be for the win, too, in case you get it right.
No pressure. I'm just kidding. I don't know, but why do I think Edison? And I know that's not it, but I just threw out
Thomas
an answer.
Edison for the win? No. James, you can at least get 200 more points on the scoreboard here if you can tell me who the father of modern physics is.
Einstein.
James, you broke up. What was that?
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein is a correct answer for James Gonzalez. So that, I think, guys, brings us to the end of our first round of questions here with a very amazing score line here of Sarge in front by 100 points, 1,900 to 1,800 to 1,400. Joanne had a great guess, though, of Isaac Newton, though. That was a great guess. I'll give her that one. But that is going to bring an end to our first batch of questions. Just got to refire up good old Chat GPT to get the next round of questions here. But guys, how do we feel so far with this with adding this fourth game to the wheel?
I like it.
No death. Let's go.
No death.
I would
No
have
more
won
death.
if
I'm
I
tired of
didn't
this
get
stuff.
so
You
many
know,
wrong.
Isaac Newton had a kid named Fig.
Yeah, and didn't they make like a famous pastry called Fig Newtons after him?
It was pretty
Yeah.
crummy.
For some reason, I was thinking Edward Newton, but I think I was thinking of the actor Norton.
Edward Norton.
That would have been
Norton.
bad.
That would have been pretty funny, actually. All right, guys, we'll get back into this here. With that in mind, James, will have you start our next round here. James, we're going to go actually in, we're not going to pick here. We're just going to kind of go into our next round. We'll just do, we're going to just do 100 points straight up for every question that you get correct. James, this is kind of like a easy to medium and hard sort of thing here. But actually, James, you know what? Go ahead and pick a category. We again have geography, entertainment, all that good stuff. So, James, go ahead and shoot your shot here.
Geography.
All right, James, you want the easy, the medium, or the hard?
Medium.
All right, medium geography, James. What country has the largest population in the world?
China.
China is correct for 100 points as we go into some of the bonus round here of gameplay. Sarge,
Wow,
what would you like?
They surpassed India. Wow. Where are the things?
We have easy level, we have a medium and hard level with the same categories.
Oh, let's go hard history.
Hard history. Let's see what we have here. All righty, Sarge. Who was the British Prime Minister at the start of World War II?
Oh, no. It's not him. Winston Churchill. It's not him.
Is it Winston Churchill? It is not Mr. Churchill. Chris, you can steal here for 100 points. If you can tell me who was the British Prime Minister at the beginning of World War II.
King Charles at the time. I don't know.
King Charles? Negatory. Mr. Gonzalez, you now have a chance.
Guy that comes to mind, but I don't think it is. So I'm not going to say his name.
Austin Powers.
That would have been cool. I don't have an answer. I'm sorry.
The correct answer was Neville Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain?
Neville Chamberlain. Neville Chamberlain.
Yeah.
All right, Crispy Bacon, back to you. Easy, medium, or hard?
Sports medium.
Let's see what we have here for sports in medium. All right, Chris. What is the only team in the NFL to go a whole season undefeated and win the Super Bowl?
1972 Miami Dolphins.
The 1972 Dolphins is a correct answer to tie the game with Sarge. With that in mind, Mr. Gonzalez, over to you.
Sports hard.
All right, James. Who holds the record for the most home runs in Major League Baseball?
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds is correct. Tom Foolery or not involved for another 100 points. All right, Sarge, back to you.
Oh, let's go history medium.
Medium history. Okay. Sarge, in what year did the famed or infamous RMS Titanic sink?
What the heck are with these? Okay. 1913.
1913. Incorrect. Chris, do you know what year the RMS Titanic sank?
1980.
Is it 1980? It is not 1980. James, do you have an answer? That mute button just keeps coming on at the worst possible times.
It's every time the X comes up. 1912.
1912 is correct on that April day in the North Atlantic Ocean. So James, all of a sudden, is back within 200 points here at this rate. in point in time. Chris, this question comes to you now. Easy, medium, or hard?
Let's go geography easy.
Geography for easy. All right, Chris, what is the capital city of France?
Paris.
Paris is correct to surpass and get to 2,000 points. James, back to you.
Geography for medium.
Medium geography. We already did that one, James. So
okay.
what's left in medium is entertainment, art, and literature, though we already had that question answered earlier, along with science and nature questions. So you want medium entertainment. All right, here we go, James, with that one. Medium entertainment. What is the highest grossing film of all time as of the year 2023?
Oh my god. I don't even go to movies. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I have no idea.
Tim, do you know?
Is it like the Avengers?
Is it the Avengers? It's not the Avengers. Chris, you can steal. Highest grossing film of all time as of last year in 2023.
Ted. Ted?
Is it Ted? It is not Ted, but Joanne had it right. James Cameron's Avatar in 2009 remains the highest grossing film of all time as of last year.
It's like Fern Gully come to life.
Sarge, back to you.
History for easy.
Easy history. Okay. Oh, well, you know what, Sarge? We already had that question in the first round, so you can go with entertainment, easy art and literature, science and nature, or sports and leisure.
Let's go science and nature hard.
Science and nature hard. Okay. Tim, what is the rarest blood type?
Oh, no. Is it? Is it O negative?
Is it O negative? It is not O negative. Chris, do you happen to know what is the rarest blood type out there?
Oh my gosh. I have a family member who has this too. O positive?
Is it O positive? It is not O positive. So, James, you can at least get back within 100 points of Sarge if you can tell me what is the rarest blood type out there.
Type C.
Is it type C? It is not type C. AB negative is the rarest blood type out there.
The ABC.
Chris, back to you.
Entertainment in the hard category.
Hard for entertainment. Chris, who directed the 1977 film Star Wars: A New Hope?
George Lucas?
George Lucas, the man himself, is a correct answer for 100 points. Mr. Gonzalez, back to you.
Sports and leisure, medium.
Medium, sports and leisure. That question, James, was already done. So I believe that we are done with the medium category. There is still questions in the easy category, and there is also one question left or two left in the hard category.
What's the geography one?
Hard geography. James, what is the smallest country in the world by land area?
New Guinea.
Is it New Guinea? New Guinea does not register. Sarge, do you know the smallest country in the world by land area?
Madagascar?
Is it Madagascar? No, but the movies were pretty funny. Chris, do you know?
The movies were funny. Alaska?
Is it Alaska? Sadly, it is not. The smallest country in the world by land area is Vatican City in Italy.
Learn something new every day.
Sarge, back to you, my friend.
Oh, what's the next hardest one we got there?
The last hard question we have is art and literature.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sarge, what is the name of the fictional dystopian nation in George Orwell's famed or infamous novel 1984?
What was the question again? What the city's called?
What is the name of the fictional dystopian nation in George Orwell's novel 1984?
Los Angeles.
Is it Los Angeles? It is not the City of Angels. Chris, do you happen to have a guess for George Orwell's fictional dystopian nation in his novel 1984?
Man, I haven't heard that movie in a while. I do not.
James, it comes to you. Can you give me the name of George Orwell's fictional dystopian nation in 1984, the book?
Utopia.
Is it Utopia? No. George Orwell named his fictional dystopian nation Oceania in the book. So, guys, we are done with all of the hard questions. We do have, I believe, just some easy ones that are left here for entertainment and for art and literature and science and nature. Chris, back to you.
Easy and entertainment.
Chris, who played Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Man, I'm blanking on the name. Sadly, that I would have to pass on because I don't know.
James, this comes to you. Can you give me the actor who played Iron Man in the MCU?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is correct for 100 points for Mr. Gonzalez. Sarge, James, I believe this one actually comes to you, and all we have left, or we have three left for the easy category. You have art and literature, science and nature, and sports and leisure.
No, I'll do sports and leisure.
James, how many players are on a standard soccer field during the run of play?
12.
12. Negatory. Sarge, how many players are on the soccer field at one given time for each team?
For one.
22 total.
Say again, please.
22 total.
22 total. They're looking for just one team. Chris, what do you have?
11.
11 is what they were looking for. Though, Sarge, I definitely get your answer though about 22, but they were looking for on the field at one given time for the team. With that in mind, though, Sarge, this question does come to our next question comes to you for either art and literature or science and nature.
Science and nature.
Sarge, what planet is best known as the Red Planet?
Oh,
Really?
you ruined that one. Mars.
It is Mars, because they're named after a candy bar company, too. Mars bars.
Yep.
With that in mind, Chris, the last question comes to you.
Sure.
Chris, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? The author who wrote Romeo and Juliet.
I know it's not it, but Beethoven. I don't know.
Beethoven. It is not Beethoven. Mr. Gonzalez, I believe you know the answer.
William Shakespeare.
William Shakespeare is correct for another 100 points for Big Game James. And I believe, guys, that we are out of questions, I think, for this round once more here. Because some of these were repeats from earlier. So you know what? Let me go ahead and I think we can do another full round here because why not, right? Let's see what we got here. So I can regenerate some questions here real quick. Give me a sec.
I can't believe I blanked on that. I should have known that.
Which one?
Romeo and Juliet.
Hey, it happens. All right, we'll get some fresh questions here, and then we will go from there. With that, guys, for this round, we will basically go from easy, medium, and hard, and I will just read off the questions here because we're near the hour mark. We will start with James on this one. All right, James. And by the way, some of these questions might repeat, but you know what? Who cares? We're having a good time. All right, James, starting off in geography. James, which country is the home to the Great Barrier Reef?
Oh, my God. The Great Barrier Reef. Australia.
Australia is correct. And you know what, guys? Just because we're going to double the point values now, so every answer is going to be worth 200 points. So James is right now in second place. So Sarge, you can get right back in the game here and retake the lead. Sarge, what movie features the song "Let It Go" by Idina Menzel?
Oh, Elsa. Let it go. Frozen. Yeah.
Frozen is correct to tie the game with Crispy Bacon. By the way, just in case anyone cares or wanted to know, I got to meet her actually a couple years ago at a movie screening in Santa Ana because her husband played in the Mighty Ducks movies. Really cool.
Well, nice. Quack, 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 Mr. Dexter.
Gordon, stop quacking. Chris, over to you, my friend. History. Chris, which U.S. state was the first to ratify the Constitution?
Boston.
Was it Boston? Sally, Chris, we're looking for the U.S. state. Sorry about that. That may have been on me. Mr. Gonzalez, it comes to you.
To ratify the Constitution, the first state. I'll just. Oh, man. I'm going to. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Negatory. Sarge, do you know?
Is it Pennsylvania?
Is it Pennsylvania? Believe it or not, guys, it was Delaware.
Oh, my.
Delaware's nickname is the first state. First state to sign the Constitution.
That makes sense.
That does make sense. With that in mind, who does this question come to now? Sarge? Is this you?
Okay.
All right, why not? Art and literature, Sarge. Who's the author who wrote The Hobbit?
Oh, Tolkien.
Tolkien is correct for 200 points and the lead, more importantly, as we wind down game night here this evening. All right, Chris, back to the top of the order. Chris, yours is in science and nature in the easy category. Chris, what gas do plants absorb from the atmosphere?
Carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide for the tie is correct. Well done, Mr. Bacon. All right, James, back to you in sports and leisure to round out our easy category. James, in tennis, what is a score of 0 called by the chair umpire?
Love.
Love is correct. I've always wondered why they've always done that. It's just weird. Love 30 or 15 love. I always think it's weird they do that. With that in mind, though, Chris and Sarge tied at 2,400 apiece, and Chris right behind them, 100 points back. But Sarge, you kick off the medium category with this geography question. Sarge, what river runs through Egypt?
The Nile?
The Nile River is correct for Sarge, and for 200 more points to give him the lead once more. Mr. Bacon, this one goes to you now. Chris, in entertainment, which television show features a chemistry teacher turned meth manufacturer named Walter White?
Breaking Bad. Breaking
Bad for the tie is correct, and I believe they still run some shows on like CW, I think, for reruns, I want to say. Not sure if it feels that way. James, you have this history question. James, what ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu?
Pikachu? What did you say?
Machu Picchu. What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu?
The Mayans.
Is it the Mayans, who falsely proclaimed that the world would end in 2012 when I graduated high school? Sarge, over to you.
The Aztec.
Is it the Aztecs? Pretty close, but no. Chris, do you happen to know which civilization built the Machu Picchu?
The Egyptians?
Is it the Egyptians? No, but James and Sarge were the two closest. It was the Inca who built Machu Picchu. Inca.
Wow, I forgot about those guys.
Sarge, this one will come to you.
I
Yeah.
think we all did.
Sarge, you have art and literature in the medium category. Which artist is famous for cutting off part of his own ear?
The hell?
Who does that? Edgar Allan Poe?
Is it Edgar Allan Poe? It is not. It is not Mr. Poe, sadly. Mr. Bacon, do you know the answer? Which artist is best known for cutting off part of his own ear?
That I don't know. I should know, but I don't.
James, do you happen to know?
What was Tim's answer?
Okay.
Edgar Allan Poe.
It said Edgar Allan Poe.
I'm gonna say Van Gogh.
Van Gogh is correct. Yes, Vincent Van Gogh was best known for cutting off part of his own ear, believe it or not. So James is right back on the doorstep here. But now this question will come back to the top of the lineup and back to Crispy Bacon. Chris, in Science and Nature, what is the powerhouse of the cell called? Powerhouse of a cell. What is it called in Science and Nature?
The immune system? I don't know.
Is it the immune system? Is not the immune system. James, do you perhaps happen to know what the powerhouse of the cell is called in a cell?
You just muted yourself.
No, he's good.
The nucleus.
Is it the nucleus? Sarge, do you happen to know? I don't even think that this answer is even right, but go ahead, Sarge.
Man, I was going to take James' answer. Of a cell?
Yes.
The nuclei.
The nuclei. No, the mitochondria was what they were looking for the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is what they were looking for.
Yeah, and that's correct, actually. From what
All right.
seeing.
Tim, does this question come to you, I believe? I believe it does.
No, I think it's James.
James, I believe this one comes to you. James, it's sports and leisure, too. James, who won the FIFA Men's World Cup in 2018?
Italy.
Italy. Sarge, do you happen to know your proper version of football for who won the World Cup in 2018?
Definitely not the Raiders.
Ah,
Gonna go France.
France is correct for the lead. Way to go, Sarge. Yes, It was France who won it all in 2018 over in Russia for the 2018 FIFA Men's World Cup. With that in mind, I believe now, Sarge, it comes to you, if memory serves me correct, at this rate. We are now in our final category, fellas. So these are the last questions of the night. Sarge, in geography, which African country was formerly known at one point as Abyssinia? I think I said it wrong, but it's spelled Abyssinia.
Albania?
Albania, your guess?
Yep.
It was not Albania. Chris, do you happen to have an answer?
I never heard of that, so I don't have a guess. No.
James, do you have a guess?
It's in Africa?
Yes.
The Sudan.
Sudan.
Yeah, Yeah.
No, we were looking for Ethiopia. Ethiopia.
Server Marvin.
All right, Crispy Bacon, over to you for this next one. Who was the first ever Academy Award winner for Best Actress in Entertainment?
Betty White. I don't know.
Is it Betty White? I mean, not a horrible guess. I mean, it's not bad.
Awesome.
Mr. Gonzalez. After the mute button goes away here.
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland. It was not Judy Garland, though. Great guess. Tim, do you perhaps happen to know?
Yes, I do. It's Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Believe it or not, the first ever Academy Award winner for Best Actress was Janet Gaynor.
Oh, I didn't hear the question all the way.
It's all right. I believe now that this one goes to James. I believe this is James's question.
Mm-hmm.
James, in history, who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II?
King Henry.
Is it King Henry? It's not that King Henry or Derek Henry of the Ravens. Tim, do you happen to know?
Is it King George?
Is it King George? It is not King George, sadly, my friend. Mr. Bacon.
King William.
King William. Negatory. Queen Victoria was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II took over the reins. All right, Chris, I believe this question comes to you, I think. Sure. Chris, in art and literature, what book written by Herman Melville tells the story of Captain Ahab's quest for revenge versus a white whale?
Why am I blanking on the name? I'm going to have to pass. Right.
James, do you know?
Moby Dick.
It would be Moby Dick. That is correct for 200 points. And James is literally now 100 points away from tying this up. That next question now comes to James, who can now take the lead all of a sudden in science and nature. James, what is the hardest natural substance on Earth?
Rock.
Rock for the lead. Strike one. Sarge, do you happen to know what the hardest natural substance on Earth is?
Was it a diamond?
Diamond is correct to surpass 3,000 points for Sarge on the evening. Job well done there, my friend. With that in mind, Sarge, you get the final question for this round. I mean, we might as well keep playing here, man. This is very fun. With that in mind, Sarge, sports and leisure. Who was the first female athlete to earn more than $1 million in total prize money?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. It's a hell of a guess, but no. With that in mind, Chris, we're looking for the first female athlete to earn over $1 million in prize money.
Serena Williams.
Serena Williams. That is incorrect. James, you can steal and go into second place if you can somehow get this right.
Prize money.
Yes.
Oh.
The question is, who was the first female athlete to earn more than $1 million in prize money?
Layla Ali.
Layla Ali.
No.
A little shocked no one got this right. Billie Jean King.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
First female athlete to surpass $1 million in prize money.
I just know her playing against the guys. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Battle of the Sexes, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Sarge, I know you said you have to depart early, but can we do one more round just because?
Probably not. I'm so sorry.
Well, with that in mind, though, Sarge, you are the first winner of Trivial Pursuit on C2C Game Night with 3,000 points. Big Game James in second place with 27 hundo and Crispy Bacon. I feel like I may have gotten Chris's score wrong, so I do apologize for that. I got a lot going on over here, though. But with that in mind, though, guys, we'll wrap things up here for the evening and give some final thoughts here. Chris, let's go to you first for your final thoughts.
Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. Fun to have a game night, and just check out C2C for all our great shows.
All of our great programs, folks. Sarge, congrats on the W, my friend. 3,000 points. Always nice to have you on board our programs, my man. I know that 4 a.m. wake-up call is coming pretty soon, but Sarge, any passing thoughts you'd like to pass along on your way out tonight?
No, it was really fun. Hope I can do this more often.
Yeah, then that's the whole point, man, of doing game night is, we just kind of come in, play some games, and get some viewer commentary and get the viewers to watch. And, hey, it's all that matters at the end of the day. Mr. Gonzalez, any final thoughts to pass along?
I need to brush up on all the categories.
But with that, though, folks, again, Sarge is our winner this evening of our game night with 3,000 points. Big Game James in second place at 2,700 and Crispy Bacon at 2,600 on the evening. With that in mind, folks, thank you all for joining us. A big thank you to everyone who joined in, even tried their shot in the chat box. Thank you to Joanne and Tim and a new viewer, Drake, who watched us on YouTube tonight. Thank you all for guesting and for playing along. We're going to try to do this program more often on Tuesdays. Again, we just have been having some stuff pop up here, but we will, though, folks, hopefully be back with you next Tuesday, back here at 9 o'clock or 9:30 back here on C2C. Before Crispy Bacon, Chris Mabry, the Sarge, and James Gonzalez, Callan McClurg saying good night here from Southern California. Till next time, folks, keep enjoying C2C programming. We're back with you folks here for more programs on Wednesday. Till then, have a good night. Bye-bye.